Simple process to write new blog posts. The last few weeks I've been thinking a lot about how to get my brain back into content creation mode. Especially when your blog still has low traffic numbers and the comments section is quiet, it can feel like talking to a wall. Once you get a consistent feedback loop from your audience and followers, creating content gets a bit easier. But until then, we need a solid plan to come up with fresh, new content ideas even when we feel completely drained of all ideas already. Even if you're burned out today, I think the list below will help you. At least it's been working for me so far. Luckily, I've been doing better than I thought at finding content ideas, without even noticing that I've created my own little system for it. That's how my lengthy hands-on guide was born, which I've published on my blog. In this article here, I want to share the current list of all my go-to resources to come up with new content ideas, at a surprisingly consistent rate. This list is in no particular order, which means that all of these resources can work equally well. Most likely, however, you will find one or two that work particularly well for you personally. At the end of this article I'll talk about my favorite resources. For now, let's go over the list. Quora, Answer the Public, forums, social media networks, product reviews, interviews, personal spreadsheet, questions. The most important thing when searching for new content ideas is that you let your mind wander a bit. I cannot stress this enough, even with a step-by-step process like this is still creative work and you must not be overly strict with yourself. You never know what piques your interest. But when something does, follow it until you say to yourself, I want to write about that. The way I go about it is like this. I pick any resource from the list and start poking around. If there's nothing interesting today, I go to the next resource on the list. When I find something interesting, I click it and read on until one of two things happen. 1, I get bored and can't be bothered to read on, or 2, I can feel the itch to share this. What do I mean with the itch to share this? Sometimes, I simply like this piece of information and I want to tell others about it. This would be the most obvious reaction. However, oftentimes I realize that I silently disagree with what I'm reading, or I have more detailed knowledge about it. That's when I know I've struck gold. I can now follow my hunch and start writing down why I agree, or why I disagree, or what other details I feel were left out. Sometimes that means I'm curating content and that I'm adding my own spin to it. But more often than not, it actually turns into a unique piece of content which I could have never come up with on my own. But it all started with the above list of resources, poking around, and then letting my brain do the rest. For me personally, forums and keeping a personal spreadsheet with ideas have worked especially well. You might do better on social media or any other of the resources from the list above, so try them all out. Do you also have a process for finding new content ideas? Don't forget also to ask your friends on what's happening outside. Your real friend's opinion may help you on what content you may add. Let me know in the comments below. If this are helpful. Thank you and don't forget to subscribe. Bless God.